Okay, this is my second attempt, or second batch I should say, of Ormus. So this water I ran through my Brita. It's out of my well. I see a little bit more than I want. Said hopefully the first line is where the water goes, and then the second line should be about when I put 2 cups of salts. We can always add a little bit more water. Okay. That's 2 cups of salt, and we'll stir that. And well, I did clean the jar before I started, but it seems like there was a few things in it. Last time, the first one we made, or I made, I had to take out a little bit because I got all the way up to here with the lye, so I ended up putting about 2 cups of lye in. Said my first batch is sitting behind me, and it's had its, last night I did the first washing. Said, and tomorrow night I'm going to let it sit for 48 hours and do the second washing tomorrow night when it gets dark. Looks like we might have got a better dissolve. Last one I had to take out a little bit of the salts that didn't dissolve. Oh yeah, there it is. Because you make a vortex, it sits right in the center. The swirling stop because it swirls it all right to the very center of the container, so we can just said I calibrated my meter with some 7.0 fluid for my pH meter and got it set at 7.00. Oh, I forgot, I gotta go down and let this spin. I gotta get my aluminum foil for when I'm done. So I had to get my aluminum foil. And make a couple pieces of aluminum foil big enough to cover the jar when you get done. To keep all extraneous electromagnetic stuff. Oh, look at that. There was a little bit more still in there. Okay. Let's stir this again. So I got my Wi-Fi turned off. I suppose I should turn off my computers. Just to cut down on any EMF out there. Oh, thought I had saw some in there before. That does help. If I have my glasses on, I can see a little better. There, I don't see any more salts in there. And it does look like it's pretty well dissolved in there. So, now I'll move this up out of the way. And I made some lye. So I actually added some more lye. Put my gloves on because you don't want to get this stuff on you. And every little bit of precaution helps. If I can get my hand in the thing. There we go. So, okay. All right. Isn't that pretty looking? Okay. So. So we'll get a good stir in the vortex so we can see the, when you first put in the lye, the Ormus just, it flakes right up really cool. Well, you can see the Ormus forming as it goes. That's so cool. Yeah. Now, since I put it right in the center of the thing, it's got all kinds of it there. Let's see if I Oh yeah, you can see it really good through the camera. I set it up so I didn't have to touch the camera. Isn't that pretty looking? Okay. Right at the moment it's all chunky and stuff, but okay. Put the pH meter, turn it on. Okay, so Phillips more lye. It said the first batch I made used about 4 cups of lye. And you want to keep stirring, or at least keep it moving. But you don't want to splash because you don't want any of this lye combination to come out and get on you. White vinegar is supposed to neutralize lye, so always have some white vinegar on hand. So I could put a little bit more water in it. So my pH meter was a little farther into the fluid. You want to bring it up to 10.7. So right now it's reading 9.1. And it'll probably sit at that for a while. Says it has a tendency to take quite a bit and then it starts to jump. Usually when it gets to about 9.5 or 9.8, someplace in there, that's when you start not putting it in quite as fast. So at the first batch I used purified drinking water. I'm kind of curious to see what my well water is. My well water is pretty good. It's got a lot of calcium in it, but it's really good drinking water. So, and from all the things I've watched online, you know, some of the other manufacturers and whatnot, said I guess the best stuff if you got like an artesian spring or spring water, but said all I have is either buy in purified drinking water or my well. So I was kind of curious to see, you know, that's like purified drinking water, probably not much in the water itself, but they say Ormus is in everything. So was curious to see if I get a bigger batch of Ormus from my well water than the spring or than the purified drinking water you buy at the store. It's amazing. 2 pieces of glass. That's what this syringe is. That they can make the inside piece so tight that it's hard to slide it in and out. So, yeah, the pH is up to 9.13 at the moment. 14, 15. Stuff comes out easier than it is to suck it into the thing. So, he said finding the right space on your containment so you can get the max amount of of precipitant out of it. So I was a little leery when I first found out about this stuff by using lye. It said some of the other methods are using washing powder. I think it's sodium. Oh shit! It said learning all these chemistry words sometimes a pain in the butt. Sodium carbonate, and said all the videos that I've seen, they don't use a pH doing when you use sodium carbonate. They just put the salts in the water and then just pour in almost an equal amount of the washing powder, stir it up and let it sit. They don't use a pH meter or anything. But what I understand, you want to get the pH up to 10.7, so the right amount of precipitant, or so you don't get the bad minerals or bad metals and stuff. Yeah, my thumb's not almost too big. Come on. There we go. So we got it up to 919, 92. It'll fluctuate. That's why you want to leave enough room so you can get it in there. Now I never thought of measuring the pH of purified drinking water versus the pH of my well water. I was kind of planning what I get out of this one for a precipitant is to say my first batch I was going to leave it as a liquid and try that for ingesting it, and this batch I think I'm going to try their other method of turning it into a powder. Just to see what it comes out for that. This time I didn't take it up quite as far. It sucks when your nose itches. But there's a lot of videos on YouTube nowadays. I said I've probably watched like 100 different videos. I said I was a little leery, like I said earlier, about using lye because making lye is a little dangerous. But once you've done it once and get past the personal fear of mixing chemicals, it's really not that bad. But it is a dangerous poison, so you should list your bottle that you keep it in as, don't drink this, that, or the other, very poisonous, so nobody can accidentally drink it, because it will kill them, or your pets, or anything else. So at the moment I live by myself, but that'll change when my girlfriend and her granddaughter move in. That'd be a sucky day if somebody got into this and got sick. The lye, not the Ormus. So also should keep it, in a place where up high and where nobody can get to it. Critters or people. Damn. It sucks when your face itches and you can't touch it. So we're up to 928. Oh, hit a 3-1. So, you do go through a lot of this lye, it seems. Damn, it's amazing 2 pieces of glass can be this tight. But, wouldn't be a very good syringe if it wasn't. I think it was like $30 on eBay for the syringe. I've seen a lot smaller ones. This one's a 50 milliliter. It's up to 9.4. Once it gets around past 9.5, you gotta be a lot more watchful on how much you put in, because it will jump drastically at one point. And you really don't want to. Said some videos say you can use white vinegar if you go over 10.7, to bring it back down. But I ran across a couple of guys that are manufacturing and said if you go past 10.7, you've basically ruined your batch, because your precipitate will have minerals in it that you don't want. It looks like we're almost about an inch above what we were to start with. And you're supposed to use a wooden spoon to stir. For some reason, and I don't know if you can see it, from stirring you get some of the precipitate on the wood of the spoon, and it gives that, like you're making a mix, it gets a chunky feel to it. You can see it on the stick. It's kind of kind of like cooking. Yep, went from 4.2 to 5.8, right? All of a bump, and then back down to 4.7, 4.6. So I said the pH is will start popping. And then once you get up to 10, it kind of levels out for a bit, and that 10.7 sometimes just, I've seen some of them, it's like, whoop, just pops right up. Yeah, now it's at 5.2. Whoop, yeah, just as soon as I started turning it, went to 6.7. So now said you get it to 10, 6, 6.8 to 7 is a good spot. You know, you don't want to go over, but you want to at least get it up to that one point. And after a bit, you can tell the water starts to feel thicker because you got more in it. We might have got, just next time I'll put my hair up. I keep getting hair going down in my face. It is an interesting process. Now, right up to 7.1 there. So you can see, you know, good thing we had the water down a lot lower. Either that or this is just going to pop really fast. Yeah, like the guy said on the first video, that the first one I watched seemed to be about the best one out of all of them that I ran across. He said your arms will get tired from steering. That his syringe must be a little easier for pulling this stuff up. This one's really quite tight for sucking stuff up. Oh, man, hit a 10 right there. So now we're fluctuating into the 9s and 10s. Yeah, just pour that shit right all over the meter. Not very bright. Yeah, as it sits, it's sitting at 10.03, so Now we have to be a lot more cautious. So we don't want to have to throw it out. It's a lot of work. Ten one, 10 2, 10 3. 10 4s. 10 5. 10 6. 10 6 7. 6 8. It's amazing how much it'll change with a drop. 10 7. So we don't want to really put any more in there. .07. And once you get a good mix, if it goes down to 6.9, that's fine. Now that's real milky and thick feeling, and this stuff's actually kind of fun. And you should be in a good mood. I guess this stuff is like susceptible to thought and everything else. I said, do some reading on Dr. I think it's Yamoto, who did Intention Upon Water. Oh, that went down to 6 7. Well, maybe we can put a couple more drops in it. And then he'd freeze the water, and it would come up with different shapes. Said good steps. Just a couple drops. So, good thoughts, good intentions. What, kitty? And I'm in my computer room here, or I call it the mad scientist room. She likes to jump up in my lap, so no, you stay down. I'm doing something right now. So when I'm programming or working on the computer, she likes to sit on my lap. So just go up and jump on the chair. Okay. Stick that there, cover this up. Pull the meter out, put it in some clean water. Okay. Now, now. Nice Ormus, really nice stuff. my other pieces over here on the other side, which the camera can't see right at the moment. But yeah, see, and that's get it all covered up so you don't get any EMF in it. Doesn't look like I got any on my hand, so yay. Yeah. So, and that's how you make the Ormus. Climb out of here. Get my hands out of this. That's another story. So, and that's my second batch. We'll see how that comes out in 48 hours. Alright, thanks for watching.